Hey, collective. I am picking up on an ex of yours if this is your reading. This ex, they betrayed you in a really, really bad and hurtful sort of a way. But they were tricked into doing so. They were manipulated into doing so. And the people that did this to them were energies that they thought they could trust. However, facts are facts. They treated you in a very dishonest sort of a way. They were very, very, very deceptive. They moved with zero integrity. That's all true. And unfortunately, they are going to need a lawyer for their legal troubles that they are going to be in. Collective, one of these people that tricked them, this is someone who's been stealing your divine energy. They've been siphoning it. They were wearing it as a cloak in order to mask their yucky energy. And this is one of the ways that they tricked this ex. It's like the both of them are now currently losing everything that they built off of your stolen energy. And it's because you have called it back. You have stepped into your power. Yeah, collective, this person who's been siphoning your energy, in reality, this person is a dark high priest or high priestess. It came out in the reverse. That's who this person is in reality. But again, they were wearing your divine energy like it belonged to them. You are the naturally born high priest or high priestess, not this copycat. Right? And then we have the hermit. It's like this ex, they have had a light bulb moment. They have been spiritually enlightened. Maybe they're going through an awakening. I don't know, but something like that. And they have finally gained clarity on this situation. They see this copycat for exactly who they are, and they see you for exactly who you are. Collective, again, you are the Hierophant, the counterpart to the High Priestess. You carry both. You are divine, feminine, and masculine. But you have the gift. You are a true prophet of God. And this ex, they see it clearly. Collective, they're about to discover that this copycat and other people in their life, they have set them up for failure. They did not see this coming, but you did. You could have warned them in the past, but they didn't believe you. In fact, they underestimated you. And now they are going to need you. And the Six of Swords in the reverse. It's like they've had a revelation. Again, the light bulb has went off. They can finally make sense of this nonsensical situation. They are clearly understanding that they have been set up to fail from the very beginning. Collective, they feel like they're trapped. They feel like they are caught up in the hanged man energy because of this copycat and because of other people that they trusted. For some of you, they could be planning to leave this dark high priest or priestess collective. And it is because they feel like living with this energy is like living a legitimate nightmare. The Ten of Wands collective, they are heavily burdened in this moment. They feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. And that's because it is, like everything around this person has been manipulated and staged to feel this way. They want for this energy to be weak and on their knees and burdened. And we have the Three of Coins in the reverse. I'm telling you, collective, this person from your past, this copycat, and anyone else that they worked with, because there's always multiple, they are no longer getting along. They are no longer feeling like a cohesive unit. And it's because the cat has been pulled out of the bag. I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. They realize that they have been set up to fail from the very beginning. Collective, this ex could possibly feel like they want to propose to you. But the card does say, only because they believe that you can heal them. Again, they see who you are. They believe in your gifts and your healing abilities. And I also feel like this copycat and whoever else, they have put this ex through the damn ringer, collective. They could quite possibly use some healing. And yeah, they were not able to pull the wool over everyone's eyes. And I feel like they did have the wool over this ex's eyes for a long time, but not anymore. Collective, it's like this was an attack. It was an ambush against the both of you. But they manipulated this ex into believing that it was just an attack against you, which doesn't make it any better. In fact, that basically makes it worse. But I'm just reading the energy, okay? It's like the both of you were set up for fraud, to go bankrupt, to be engaged in all of these hostile fights. They've slandered your names and ultimately jail time. It's like they wanted you both in jail. And like I said in the beginning, this copycat, they have been working with a lot of different energies. There's a Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is another one that the copycat was working with. Collective, this person could have anger issues. They could be very cold, aggressive, spoiled, dishonest. And again, this ex clearly sees that these people were working together behind their back. For some of you, collective, this ex wants to come in with some sort of an offer, an apology. Maybe they want to make things right, but at the same time, how in the world could you trust this person, right? How? We do have the Six of Coins upright. giving and receiving help, generosity, appreciation, time to reap rewards, might receive unexpected money, thanksgiving. It really feels like they want to make it right. But then we have the Nine of Wands. This is going to be hard, right? It already is hard. Because it's like the both of you are surrounded by vultures. You are surrounded by vile, wicked, greedy, awful, awful, awful people that you cannot trust. And it's like they're watching the both of you like hawks. They are desperately trying to keep the two of you from reconnecting in any sort of way. And we have a third energy. Ding, ding, ding. We have the Dark High Priestess, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, and now we have a Queen of Coins in the reverse. Another greedy person, jealous, secretive, mean-spirited, judgmental. All of these people work together against you both. And I feel like this Queen of Coins in the reverse, collective, they are especially watching you. The one who comes from the tribe of Judah. This ex, they feel like you are the light in their life. They feel cold and melancholy without you around. And they want to celebrate with you, collective. Others may bring news of advancement. Again, it almost feels like they want to extend something to you. The Holy Spirit says that it is your turn and time to shine. Period. Poo. Collective, these three energies that we've picked up on, they didn't do this alone. They worked with an entire community of people, same old song and dance. And now this entire community, they are all being whooped by your ancestors. And it's because they tried to set you up for failure. And a lot of the people involved in this are your own karmic family members. The Ten of Cups in the reverse. Karmic family. Through and through. Collective, they are finally starting to see that coming up against you was a bad investment. I think they are right about that. And, collective, I would just like to say, if you feel like this reading is for you, this doesn't mean that you have to welcome this ex back with open arms. You know what they did to you. You know better than anyone else. Take this to God. Pray about it. Ask for discernment. Because just because an energy knows that they did wrong and they want to fix it, that doesn't mean that you have to accept it, right? I mean, you can accept their apology always, but that does not mean that you have to let them back in. That is a decision that only you can make. So much love.